So, you want to buy a casino cruise ship, find a boat, hire some dealers, sail into international waters, and watch the money come in. But here is the part nobody tells you. A casino cruise ship is the only business on Earth where your customers pay you before they arrive, cannot leave once they get there, and have nothing to do except spend more money. And it is also the business where some of the smartest operators in the world have gone completely broke with a full ship and a packed casino floor. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how both of those things are possible, how the money actually works, what it really costs, and whether anyone short of a billionaire can realistically pull this off. First, let's understand what makes this business unlike anything else. A regular casino has one problem it can never fully solve. People can leave. They get tired, get bored, get a phone call, and walk out the door. The casino spends millions on free drinks, no clocks, no windows, and every psychological trick available just to keep people inside a little longer. Now put that casino on a ship in the middle of the ocean. The customer cannot leave. There are no other restaurants, no other bars, no other casino across the street. Nothing outside that window except water in every direction. And here is what makes this truly extraordinary. Those customers did not get trapped on your ship. They paid to be there. They booked the trip months in advance, showed up voluntarily, and handed over their credit card before stepping on board. You get paid before the first card is dealt. That does not happen anywhere else in the casino business. Now, the three sizes of this business, because choosing the wrong one at the wrong budget is how operators sink before they ever leave the harbor. At the small end, you have dedicated casino cruise ships, smaller vessels carrying a few hundred passengers whose entire purpose is gambling. They sail out of Florida, Texas, and other coastal ports, cross into international waters where gambling becomes legal, and return a few hours later. Nobody on board is there for the ocean views. They are there to gamble, and everyone knows it. These ships can be bought secondhand for $5 million to $30 million. They are the regional casinos of the sea. Not glamorous, but focused, lean, and capable of strong returns if you control your costs and know your customer. In the middle, you have mid-sized ships like those operated by Norwegian MSC and Virgin Voyages, ships carrying 2,000 to 4,000 passengers with full casino floors running 150 to 300 slot machines and 20 to 40 table games. Building or buying at this scale costs $500 million to $1 billion. And here is something most people do not know. Of every dollar spent on board one of these ships, the casino generates between 20 and 30 cents. The only department making more money than the casino is the bar, not the restaurants, not the spa. The bar and the casino, on a ship marketed as a relaxing family vacation. At the top, you have the megaships, Royal Caribbean and Carnival at full scale, vessels carrying up to 6,000 passengers costing close to $2 billion to build. And here is one fact that tells you exactly where this industry's priorities are. Royal Caribbean's Legend of the Seas, debuting in 2026, will be the first cruise ship ever built with a two-story casino. They did not expand the theater. They did not add more pool space. They looked at the revenue numbers and replaced the comedy club with a casino. When the world's biggest cruise company makes that call, it is not a design decision, it is a financial confession. Now the piece of this business almost nobody outside the industry talks about. The reason casino cruise ships exist at all. On land, a Nevada casino pays 6.75% of gaming revenue to the state. Pennsylvania takes more than 50% of slot machine revenue. The house edge is mathematically guaranteed, but the government stands at the door collecting a massive share before you see a dollar of profit. Now sail your ship 12 nautical miles offshore into international waters. Those regulations disappear, the casino opens, the tables run. Tax exposure on gambling revenue drops dramatically depending on your ship's registry. This is not a loophole. It is a feature of international maritime law that the entire cruise casino industry is built around. Every time the ship pulls into port, the casino closes because local laws apply at the dock. The moment the anchor comes up, the casino opens again. The whole business model is designed around one principle: leave the land and its laws behind. So how does the money actually work? A cruise ship earns money two ways: ticket sales, roughly 62% of revenue, and onboard spending, the other 38%. Onboard spending covers drinks, restaurants, spa, excursions, and the casino. The casino alone generates 20 to 30% of all onboard revenue, and the house edge works exactly the same at sea as it does in Las Vegas. Slot machines carry an edge of 5 to 15%. Cruise ships almost universally run American roulette with the 00, giving the house 5.26%. Blackjack runs extremely profitable because most passengers are relaxed and playing gut feelings instead of strategy. But here is what makes cruise casino math more powerful than any land-based operation. The passenger arrives already in the perfect state of mind for gambling. They are celebrating, relaxed, money set aside for this trip. It is midnight. The ocean is dark outside. There is nothing to do tomorrow except sleep in and maybe gamble again. A land-based casino spends an extraordinary amount of money just to create this mental state in their customers. On your cruise ship, every passenger walks in already feeling it, for free, every single voyage. Now the costs. This is where the romance ends. Fuel. A large cruise ship burns 80,000 to 150,000 gallons of marine fuel every single day. At current prices, that is $200,000 to $400,000 per day just to move the ship. 300 operating days a year means $60 million to $120 million in fuel costs before a single passenger boards, before a single bed is placed, just to run the engines. And you cannot control this number. When oil prices spike, your margins do not shrink, they evaporate. This is the sword hanging over every cruise operation regardless of how well everything else runs. Crew costs are the second reality. A large ship employs 1,500 to 2,500 people. Casino staff alone run 50 to 150, and these employees do not go home after their shift. They live on board. You feed them, house them, provide medical care, and fly them to and from the ship every contract. Total crew costs run $100 million to $150 million annually. Maintenance is relentless. Saltwater corrodes everything constantly. Every few years, the ship enters dry dock for hull cleaning and engine overhauls costing $20 million to $50 million per visit, during which the ship earns nothing at all. Add port fees, insurance, and compliance, and total operating costs run $400 million to $600 million per year before a single dollar of debt service. And debt is exactly where this business kills people. Not bad luck, not bad weather. Debt. The pattern is always the same. You borrow heavily to buy or build the ship. Interest payments require strong occupancy and strong casino revenue from day one. Now the real numbers. 2 scenarios. Small dedicated casino ship, $15 million cash purchase, 400 passengers, day cruises 3 times a week out of Florida. Annual revenue approximately $8 million. Operating costs $4 to $5 million. Net profit $3 million. That is a 20% annual return on a cash purchase. Mid-sized ship, $600 million to acquire. $180 million equity, $420 million borrowed at 6%. Annual debt service, $25 million. Revenue, approximately $97 million. Operating costs, $60 million. After debt, net profit $12 million on $180 million equity. That is 6.7%. Drop occupancy to 75%, and the profit disappears entirely. The global cruise industry generated $71 billion in 2024, projected $78 billion by 2026. Royal Caribbean delivered nearly $18 billion in 2025. Carnival topped $26 billion, 40 million passengers per year and growing. And the casino sits at the center of all of it. 2-story gaming floors, MGM partnerships, comedy clubs converted into casinos. These are not design decisions. They are financial ones made by people who know exactly which square footage on a ship makes the most money. So here is where everything lands. A small dedicated casino ship can be yours for $5 to $30 million and generate 15 to 20% returns if you buy without debt and stay focused on your gambling customer. A mid-sized ship needs $500 million to $1 billion. A mega ship belongs to Carnival and Royal Caribbean. Companies large enough to absorb the shocks and fill ships through loyalty programs built over decades. The house always wins. On a casino cruise ship, the house is a vessel built specifically to sail past the laws that would otherwise take half your winnings. The passengers chose to be there. If you can afford to build it, stay disciplined with debt. You are not just running a casino. You are running a casino that your customers voluntarily locked themselves inside. And in the history of business, very few people have ever figured out how to build something better than that.